Ooh, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 30, season 4 of... Yeah, I was right. 29. Yeah, that sounds all right. Of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me as always is Jmack, who is reading his stories currently.
No, I'm just reading. Oh, it says Chad's a loser right there.
See, that was an unnecessarily mean thing to say.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are here in the Fifth Third Arena here in not Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are here. Where Columbus, correct? Columbus. Cincinnati. I lied to you. I wanted to do Columbus, but I couldn't find the arena that I wanted to run in Columbus. So we're doing it in Cincinnati, Ohio, home of
The Bengals.
I was gonna say the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, well, also the Bengals.
They don't exist in 2002. Could you name me the quarterback in 2002 for the Cincinnati Bengals?
I didn't exist, apparently.
No, could you name me? Come on, you got
let's
this.
See, 2002.
Come on, former Detroit Lion.
Oh, was it?
I don't want to spend too long on this.
Yeah. Was it Kitna?
There you go.
Man, look at me go. I'm so smart.
Everybody, subscribe for Chad's OnlyFans because of that one.
Yeah.
We'll get into the show. We start off pre-show exclusive tonight, Chad. Exclusive pre-show. 5 matches. All women's wrestlers. They're all getting time to shine in the ring tonight here in the pre-show. And we start off with Lita taking on Gail Kim. And Lita taps her out in 10:26, Chad. What do you think about that? I need my red book of despair. Where's my red book?
I don't know.
Because now I actually want to just write these down real quick. Because I tried to do this a little bit ago. And I did it in a Battle Royal. And the Battle Royal doesn't give performance ratings.
Right. So you want to see you want to see just who can go?
Yeah, I just want to know. And then go from there.
Yeah.
Because... you remember what China said last week?
Yeah.
What?
No women on the roster can beat her, and she's
That
going
was-
to go up to the men.
Yeah, that is kind of true. We move on. Tori Wilson and Umatsu here, Chad. And Tori Wilson wins.
Nice. Yamatsu with a 71, though.
Yeah, I all these matches let the game decide. So I guess the game really likes Tori. And you know what?
Who can blame him?
You know what? Who can fucking blame him? I haven't eaten yet today, and I'm starving.
Yeah. Well, I stepped after dropping off Tony at the airport. I stepped and got some food.
Thanks. Thanks for giving me something.
I didn't have any money to get you something.
I
had just enough to get me something.
I would have shot you some money.
Well,
I don't think it would have been in your account by then. So fair play.
Fair play.
Yeah, thanks, Stan Lane.
Yeah, thanks, Dan Lane.
We got Nagayo taking on Satomura here in a
Nice.
decent little match right here. Sorry, this is taking forever, guys. This is more for me, you know?
Yeah.
This is not for you guys. This is for me. Everything about this series is for me. Did you see the new... oh, man, I forgot to upload today. Did you see the new thumbnail, Chad?
No.
Okay, well...
Was it the one that's on, like, the newest video?
Yeah.
Then yes,
that would be the new...
Then yes, I have seen it. I didn't know if you had another new one. I don't know if you were doing a bunch of new ones.
No, I only need one for a little bit. Probably once every few months. Suzuki beating Hokuta here at 946.
Got great chemistry.
They do. I don't know if that'll mean anything. It probably won't. Well, no. I mean, who knows? 57. These girls can go. The only one who can't really is Gail Kim right now. Everyone else has got a 40 or above. And our last one, Jackie Gale. Okay, well.
Okay.
Well, Gata and Mischief. Who won?
Mischief. Gata won.
Gata won. That's Gata was worse. Wow, that is something. Well, now I have
Spoke too soon.
Well, I shouldn't have spoke at all. We're gonna do the rest of this silent.
Okay.
We're gonna move on. The opening of the show, Chad. The opening of the show we saw last week. Mark Henry in Psychosis beat down Kurt Angle, right, Chad?
Right.
We saw that in our main event, and they're all here tonight. And PJ Black, he's like, I bet you guys are wondering, you guys think I'm the brains behind it all. No, the man behind it all is this man. And out comes Vince McMahon, Chad.
No chance.
No chance. and he grabs the microphone, and before he can even say anything, Kurt Angle's already out to the ring.
Oh man,
He's irate because 2 weeks ago, Kurt Angle asked Vince, "Hey, no shenanigans, right? I know." And Vince is like, "I'm not even associated with my son-in-law and Stephanie and Shane. You got it, no shenanigans." And then last week, Mark Henry's psychosis beat down the champion. The shenanigans happened, and Kurt Angle is feeling betrayed because his boss just lied to him, and he comes out, and security's out there guarding him, and Kurt's just yelling. He's not spitting, but like yelling at a point where he's like saliva's coming out of his mouth. Not like spitting like Bret Hart and Vince McMahon at Survivor Series 1997.
Just like spitting while he talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
what
like
the fuck am I doing?
Just like, that's the sound people commonly make when they spit when they talk.
Yeah, everybody down below in the comments, type out how you spit. Type out how you spit. What are we doing?
Don't do that.
What are we doing?
Don't do that, listeners.
What are we doing here?
I don't want to know how you spit.
All right, we move on, Chad. Remember last week we saw in the pre-show Bryan Danielson did tear his ACL.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a tragic accident. And you know what? Backstage, stop. I think my phone keeps going off, but it's me moving it on accident. Don't move your phone on accident, everybody. Dean and Brian in his in a wheelchair right now he's in a wheelchair right now. Fuck it. Due to Freebird rules, they reward Nick Gage with the tag team title.
Oh, nice. So that makes sense.
Yeah, So Bryan Danielson gives Nick Gage the championship.
Nick Gage wins his first championship.
And now the champions are Beauty and the Beast of Dean Malenko and Nick Gage.
Yeah.
And Dean looks at Nick. He's like, "Nick, control your excitement." And Nick's like, he hasn't had.
I'm gonna stab some people.
He hasn't shown an emotion yet. He's just like, "Okay, thanks, cool." And Dean's like, "Maybe we should go. I set up a match. Actually, right now, Nick. Maybe we should just warm up and see what we can do as a team." So they go onto the ring, Chad, and they take on Jimmy Jacobs and Frankie Kazarian, and they get the job done when Nick Gage gets the pin they stab him in the head with this fork.
Nice.
A big win for Beauty and the Beast, showing that they can get it done out there, Chad. Dean Malenko got a 94.
Dean Malenko's great.
Dean Malenko is great. Nick Gage got a 45. So this is...
That's great.
We're not going to get 90 matches out of my tag division on Raw for a little bit. Because Nick Gage is a fucking champion. What are we doing here? But after the match, Chad, John Berger and Lance Cade come out, and they said, "You know what?
This looks like the perfect spot to start a franchise."
No, that's Shane Douglas.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yes, you're right. That is Shane Douglas, the franchise. And they said, "You know what? We made a call last week on Monday Night Raw, and on SmackDown, the deal got signed. We're 2 members of Double J Records."
Ooh.
My partner Lance Cade, I'm John Berger. And you know what? We foregone the salary in all of it, and we just got a huge signing bonus instead. So at No Mercy, we're cashing in that signing bonus. We want those tag belts, Nick Gage, Dean Malenko. We're going to show why Double J Records is the greatest record company in the world. And then they sing a little tune and they get out of here. This match was going to be much better because there's going to be Bryan Danielson in it. But even though the injury happened, I decided to run with it still. Nice. So we're getting Dean Malenko, Nick Gage, John Berger, and Lance Cade in a ring together.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's going to fucking suck.
That's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
Bryan Danielson is rooting him on from afar.
He is. He can still work. I mean, he can still go out there. So he's going to be out there in the ring. Or not in the ring, but outside the ring. Yeah. We move on, Chad. If I hit the next segment, I will. China defeats Justin Winston here in 629 with a power bomb. Chad, she just said maybe she'll go to the men's division.
Say that, yeah.
Maybe she's just dipping her toes in right now in the water, seeing how the water feels in the men's division. And she got an easy job. She got an easy win over here. Over former TNA guy, Justin Winston.
Former guy?
No, he's still a guy.
Former NXT guy.
There you go. You just said former guy.
Former guy.
Former TNA star, wrestler. There
Former
we go.
TNA employee.
There we go.
Yeah.
We move on. Edge and Christian. Christian is at where is he at? He's back. I mean, he's at Edge's home basically. They're back in Canada. Edge is a few days away from returning, being back fully healthy, and Edge is, he's not happy with Christian for going to find new tag partners during it all, but he's also not happy with the Bashams for beating up Christian. No, that didn't happen. Christian beat up the Bashams.
Yeah.
No, he's happy with Christian for beating up the Bashams.
Right.
That's what I meant to say. What the fuck am I on about? And he says we worked out the problems within ourselves, and now we have to fight the problems that show themselves here with the Bashams. So Edge and Christian call it the Bashams. They want him at the pay-per-view, Chad. Edge's return to the ring.
Nice.
Against the gosh darn Bashams. The Raw Tag Division is in shambles right now. We move on. Triple H and Casey are in a match right here, Chad.
Damn, only got an 80.
It didn't click.
Don't click.
That'll do it.
I'll do it.
That'll do it. It should have gotten higher, but, chemistry is on. And, that'll do it. Good thing this is the third match of the night.
Good thing.
Triple H defeats Kishi in 15:35, and you know the deal. After the match, Sean Morley comes down to the ramp, and he is looking battered, Jen. He's looking battered, and Triple H is, that meme where he's like, oh, that SpongeBob, how many times I gotta teach you, old man?
Yeah.
That's what Triple H is kind of like as he beats down Sean Morley, but he's got the title this time, and he hits Sean Morley in the head with the title, Chad, and it busts him open.
Wow. And
he's laid out, and Triple H goes, ah! But then Sean Morley gets up a la Samoa Joe in Kurt Angle in TNA, where he just gets up from behind him and he's bleeding, and Kurt Angle's like this, and Joe's like this, and then he gets up, and Triple H turns around, and he's like, oh shit, and Sean Morley hits him, punches him. Right in the mouth, right in the kisser.
Right in the pow.
And Triple
Right
H goes like, what the fuck? Ah, fuck.
Oh, my kisser.
And then turns around and hits him with the title again.
Oh, no.
Knocks him out again.
Wow.
And he walks over him a la Allen Iverson Ty Lue in that one game where he crossed him over and walked over him. But as he's stepping with his last foot, Sean Morley grabs his foot and says, you're not going anywhere, and gets up and punches him again. But this time he's bleeding everywhere. He looks a la John Cena at Judgment Day 2005. Or, yes, with JBL. Remember that bloody match? Ugh.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And Triple H is like, oh, fuck, and then hits him again, and just hits him again, and hits him again, and hits him again while he's on the ground. He's like, fucking die, damn it. And Sean Morley gets right back up a la Hulk Hogan at some match where he's bleeding. And the crowd is losing it at this point. And Triple H hits him one more time, pedigrees him on top of the ramp, and walks away. And that's that segment right there. Sean Morley just will not die.
He won't. He refuses.
That's this segment right
That's
here.
that segment right there.
Yes. We move on. Brock Lesnar is here tonight, and he is in our main... Is he in our main event tonight? He's in our main event tonight. Yes, you're right, Chad. You are right. Thank you for correcting me, Chad.
No problem. Happy to help.
He is in our main event tonight. He is taking on a man that doesn't have a brand. The only man in WWE that can flip-flop brands for no reason. He's taking on Scott Steiner tonight, Chad.
Nice.
A big match. We move on.
Scott Steiner does what he wants when he wants.
Well, he's been on Raw more recently than SmackDown, as he was in that feud with the tag team with Chyna for a little bit.
True.
We move on. Oh, that's not great. Fuck. Why can't I have any plans? Psychosis and Mark Henry defeat the Stash and the Stud in 6:36 when Henry pins Major Stash for the power slam.
Damn.
They have no chemistry, and that puts a little wrench. I'm going to run with it still. But good thing I heard he had prior plans that they were not main eventing this pay-per-view. What the fuck was I thinking? I just had a brain fart there, Chad. Can you... You yawning?
I did, yeah. Match was it. They didn't click. No, you said you were happy you didn't have the main event of the pay-per-view, and then you looked at your phone and then said I had a brain fart.
Oh, and then Kurt Angle comes out, and he starts trying to beat him down, and then, Mark Henry and Psychosis cowardly run away, Chad. They cowardly run away.
Nice.
We move on. Kevin Kelly and Gabriel Burton are talking to Kevin Kelly. And Kevin Kelly says, Burton and Martin, you made a bold claim last week, and now you have a special message about that claim. And roll the clip. And it's Jushin Liger and Kajimoto. They call out Burton and Martin. They say, "Oh, you want any tag team?" Yeah, they call them out. I'm just.
Oh yeah, any tag team?
Yeah,
yeah.
These young schmucks, but there is a face-on-face action, you know.
Nice, of course, yes.
They would call them out in a face way, like, "Oh, welcome to the club, buddies." We move on. Ace Steel and Chad Collier taking on JBL and Horace Hogan. Chad.
Yes.
I got an 84, better than Kishi and Triple H.
True. And
2 former WWE champions did worse than Hogan and Chad. God damn it. Big win. Ace Steel and Chad Collier when Chad pins or taps out JBL here, Chad.
damn right I did.
Horace Hogan was the weak link. They got the win when Chad cheated.
I did.
Of course, Chad cheated.
I love cheating.
It wasn't really a big cheat. He did the classic, poked him on the back, and then turned around the other way and rolled him up. Typical prankster. Typical prankster Chad Collier. We'll move on. Vince McMahon and security throw out Kurt Angle from the arena tonight, Chad.
No.
They have thrown out Kurt Angle.
I've thrown him out.
They said, "Get the fuck out of here."
Kurt Angle has
Kurt's
a new catchphrase.
He said, "Fuck you." He's already had a catchphrase. He said, "Fuck you, Vince." And Vince is like, "You don't cross the boss." And we move on to our main event.
Ooh.
Our main event tonight. Randy Orton is out there with Tyson and Lesnar. They take on Scott Steiner in a banger of a match, though, Chad. Scott Steiner gets the job done because Randy Orton tried
Big win for Scott.
Tried to distract the referee, but he instead distracted Brock Lesnar. Brock's like, "What the hell are you doing? Get off the apron." And Scott Steiner turned around, hit him with a Frankensteiner, and that's the end of the match.
Hell
1,
yeah.
2, 3.
Good for Scott.
Good for Scott. And Brock Lesnar was not happy. And Randy Orton goes in there to try to, Brock, again, all right, I swear. And Brock Lesnar, he's had enough. And suplexes Randy Orton. And then Tyson walks in, he's like, "Brock, you don't want to do this." And he suplexes Mike Tyson. Brock Lesnar has effectively killed Future Shock right here tonight. Wow. And that is the end of the show. And 89, yeah. I'm afraid of having guys wrestle now. Danielson getting hurt has made me not want to use Jericho, Angle, no one. I don't want to touch my top talent anymore. Triple H needs to wrestle because of storyline, but whatever. That's Raw, Chad.
That's Raw.
It was a decent one.
It was decent.
I put more time in this one than last week's.
For sure.
And you can tell because I always tell if I had a good show, storyline-wise or storytelling-wise, if it's long. If we have a 9-minute Raw or a 9-minute Nitro, I'm like, we were rushing through that. That kind of felt like a whoosh. The longer the episode for Nitro or Raw or SmackDown Thunder, respectively, the more I think you get in story-wise. And that's why I know this one was better than last week's. We'll see you for Nitro.
And we are here for Nitro. We are in Alabama, Justin.
We're in
Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Say that again?
Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Is that how you say it?
Yes. You know what else is in Tuscaloosa?
No.
The University of Alabama, Chad.
Oh, roll Tide.
There you go.
But we're just going to jump right on in. Cool. All right. We're going to start the show off. We've got a pre-show segment.
Of course.
We got a pre-show segment. Giant Singh is with his tough enough coach, Crash Holly, and his uncle Hardcore Holly, and they're just in the back, and Hardcore Holly's talking about how the newbies these days, they're nothing but a bunch of stuck up pompous little pricks, and we're gonna teach you how to do things the right way. And while they're doing that, the Wild Boys show up with Sean O'Hare, and they start making fun of Hardcore Holly, and Giant Singh, he's not gonna take this line down, so this sets up a match later on tonight on the main card. We're going to have Giant Singh taking on Sean O'Hare.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm winning this show tonight, too.
We have a pre-show match. We got Alfred Snow versus Steve Corino in a pre-show about that decent wrestling, but not much. Steve Corino defeats Alfred Snow with an old school expulsion. We also have a tag team match. We've got Kip James and Shane Douglas taking on Tommy Dreamer and Sabu.
Mm-hmm. Who won?
Kip James and Shane.
The next segment. Then.
I was,
you
yeah.
Give a fuck.
Kip James and Shane Douglas won.
I don't give a shit about my show, brother.
And then we are interrupted to another backstage fight. Justin, if you remember, Abyss and Mil Muertes took out Little Guido and and Charles Wright last week.
Yes, I do remember
and
that.
so we're backstage. Johnny Stamboli and Tony Mamaluke have went toe to toe with you. There's a fight. They're fighting, Justin. It's a brawl. Yeah. Which takes us to the opening contest, or the opening angle. Billy Kidman with his security guards, the Harris twins. He gets in the ring and he says, we've got a huge, Bash at the Beach is shaping up to be a tremendous pay-per-view. I've got a big announcement, but I'm going to wait until later on tonight. I just got to finalize a couple things. He said, however, I am going to announce the main event tonight. You see, Chris Benoit, you are the world heavyweight champion and you're defending your belt against Bret Hart. However, don't think I forgot about your US belt. So, you know what? Tonight, I was trying to think, what main event would these fine people in Alabama like to see? And I think they want to see Chris Benoit defend the U.S. Championship tonight. Well, the Big Show comes out and he says,
God, if we get Big Show Benoit again, I'll lose it.
He says, Billy, I beat Samoa Joe last week, and I have continued to show why I am the largest, biggest, and best athlete in all of sports. The last time Benoit and we squared off, I didn't win, but Billy Kidman, let me tell you something. The reason why those didn't happen, the reason why I didn't win, Kidman, is because, I was under the weather, but I know if I could go back and do it again, I would crush Chris Benoit and I would become the United States champion. And Billy Kidman, he says, you know what? You won last week. So you know what?
We're getting the third.
We're going to get Big Show versus Chris Benoit for the U.S. Championship tonight.
It's happened twice already, Chad.
Oh, now it's going to happen a third
months.
time. Well, get ready, because it's going to happen again.
Oh, my God. Did you forget it happened this?
No, I didn't forget. I knew it happened again. Well, look at this. Did not work together as a team, but that's okay. As we saw last week, these guys attacked Kidman's car. So now the Harris twins, they were put in a little tag team match tonight as a little bit of a punishment. But punishment be damned, because Sonny Siaki and Roadkill defeat the Harris twins when 12-9 when Roadkill pinned Ron Harris with an Amish bomb. So what's going to happen to these two now that they pissed off the authority figure of WCW? So and then beat his security guards. So
probably gonna still team together. I don't know.
So who knows? Who knows what could happen? We are backstage, and Rob Van Dam, he talks about his upcoming match with Shawn Michaels, and he says, Shawn, here's the thing, man. You continue to hit me with a cheap shot, but last week I hit you with your own super kick. You're a hell of a wrestler. You have put on more classics. You've done a lot in your career, all right? But here's the thing, Shawn. You picked the wrong guy to mess with. Because here's the thing. I beat you at the pay-per-view, and now you want a rematch, and you're using hardcore tactics, and you think that's going to scare me. It's not. But Shawn Michaels, if we're going to have some kind of hardcore type match, here, how about this? How about next week, you and I?
The go home.
We're going to, on the go home, I'm challenging you to a beat the clock challenge. All right, let's see who the real king of hardcore is, because you and I are going to both compete in hardcore matches. I'll pick your opponent, you pick mine, and whoever finishes in the least amount of time is going to pick the stipulation for Bash at the Beach. Justin, we've got Aguila taking on Kendo Kashin, Justin. Kendo Kashin, the newest member of the WCW roster, and Aguila is coming back from injury.
He's never debuted.
He's here. We got 2 debuts. We signed Aguila. He got hurt, and now we've just been waiting. But he's here. And Kendo Kashin defeats Aguila in 1306 with a Jugi Gatami.
Tell me about Kendo Kashin, Chad.
He's an MMA guy. He's got a mask. It's pretty cool.
I was hoping you'd give me some background on him, but okay.
Yeah, he's here now. He's here. And he has an adequate. He might be the new adequate monster.
Oh, boy. Well, so does Aguila.
So does Aguila. Maybe they'll team together and they'll just be the adequate team.
There you go.
We are backstage. Samoa Joe, he's pissed off. He said, Samoa Joe, Big Show got lucky. Big Show challenged, wrestled me, and he won. And now, just because he beat me, he gets to go wrestle Chris Benoit for the 1,000th time. I want my rematch. I want to get my payback against the Big Show. And he's like trashing backstage because Billy Kidman wouldn't give him the match. And then Bret Hart shows up and he says, "Hey, Samoa Joe."
Did he ask?
What?
He
did. Well, he did ask. He just came out of the office and he's mad. We didn't see him ask, but he's all mad. And Bret Hart says, "You know what, Samoa Joe? Listen, if you're looking to throw a little hissy fit like a kid, if you're looking to get physical tonight, I am not booked, and I would love to fight you tonight." And Samoa Joe, he says, "You know what? If I can't beat up the Big Show, maybe I'll injure and take out Bret Hart, and maybe you won't get to wrestle Chris Benoit at Bash at the Beach." So, yeah, they set up a match tonight.
Wow.
But we've got the Tough Enough match. Giant Singh taking on Sean O'Haire, and in an abysmal match, Sean O'Haire defeated Giant Singh with a Widowmaker.
The fuck?
I don't know how the fuck he got him up for a Widowmaker,
Why the fuck did he win?
Damn
Giant Singh!
I actually randomized this one.
All right. Nah, I'm going to go walk away for a second. Brother. You can't say I'm going to not randomize the Tough Enough and then randomize the Tough Enough the next match.
I can so. But anyway. Justin, we've got Trish Stratus taking on Tracy Brooks tonight. In a terrible match, Trish Stratus defeated Tracy Brooks with a Stratusfaction. This last couple things haven't been good.
No, I meant the rating-wise. It's fine.
After that match,
you'll have Joe and Brett to save the day.
Minami Toyota, she runs in and gets in the ring and stares down Trish Stratus. And Trish Stratus, stares down Minami Toyota. And Minami Toyota, she just looks intense. She didn't attack her from behind. She ran in when her back was turned. Everybody thought she was going to, but no, she just, wanted to look her opponent in the eyes for their big upcoming title match at the pay-per-view. This is the first time they've really interacted, since she won number one contender. So, she wanted to get an up close and personal look at her opponent. We are backstage, and Billy Kidman says, "I have officially figured out the paperwork. It's all signed, sealed, and delivered. Ladies and gentlemen, at Bash at the Beach, we're going to have ourselves a special host. And the host of Bash at the Beach is none other than NBA basketball player Shaquille O'Neal." And the Big Show, who hears this walking by, pops in and, starts telling Shaq, listen, I'm very happy that they've got the second best athlete in all of sports to host Great American Bash. And Shaquille O'Neal, he looks over at the Big Show and he says, when I have an opportunity to win a championship, it doesn't take me 3 tries. Because he won. It's a finals joke, because Big Show's fumbled the bag 3 times, 2 times. So, and Big Show says, "Why don't you just worry about yourself, and why don't you get a look at my match tonight? Because after I win the championship, I'm gonna prove why I'm the best athlete in the world, even better than you." And Shawn Michaels basically just showed up to basically accept Rob Van Dam's challenge. He says, "You know what, Rob, you're on. You are on. And you know what? I have the perfect opponent in mind for you, but I'm not going to tell you this week. I want you to wait. I want you to sweat it out. But next week, you're going to lose, and I'm going to pick what kind of match the King of Hardcore wants to compete in." We've got CM Punk versus Spike, Justin. And a decent match, CM Punk defeats Spike with a Pepsi Plunge. And then we've got our co-main event. I forgot to book a promo out there. It was going to be CM Punk talking shit about Devon Dudley. I forgot to book it. But we've got our co-main event.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Bret Hart versus Samoa Joe. In an exceptional match, Bret Hart defeats Samoa Joe in 12:54 when Samoa Joe got disqualified after going into an attacking rage. Yeah, basically his rage did not settle down. He just lost it. But Justin, Bret Hart had to be helped out of the arena and walk. Yeah, he had to be helped out. What state is Bret Hart going to be in for their big championship match?
Not a good one.
Not a good one. I didn't forget. It's right here. But anyway, continue. What were you going to say?
I was going to say whatever state the pay-per-view is being hosted in.
That's what state you'll be in. Fair enough. Good shout. And CM Punk, basically he's backstage and he sees the Dudley boys who are checking on Spike, who is suffering the effects of the Pepsi plunge, and he says, Devon, I made Spike one of your family members. I made him my bitch, and at Bash at the Beach, my society, my family, we're gonna do it once again to you. You will never hold this television championship so long as I hold it. And that's just a fact, Devon. And, yeah, that's basically all that happened. Devon gets mad, but he has to go check on Spike.
There we go.
And our main event time, Chris Benoit versus Big Show. And an exceptional match, Chris Benoit defeats the Big Show in 1626 with a dragon suplex. And Chris Benoit makes defense number 29 of the U.S. Championship. And we got a 95 for Nitro.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Okay.
you'll love to see that. You'll love to see that. We'll see. This is a solid Nitro.
And if Big Show and Benoit can run the third time, fucking Cena Taker tonight.
Hey, do it. I mean, if that's what you need to do to beat me, and you think that's what you need to do, then do it. But regardless, that was Nitro. We will see you for Thunder and SmackDown. All right, we are here with Thunder, Justin. We are at the second WCW show of the week, and we are ready to just jump right in. We start off, Steven Regal. He's he's sitting at a table enjoying tea, and at the table is Disco Inferno, A-Train, and Chester Huey. And he said, "Hello everyone, welcome to the Regal Club, of course, where we have tea and act like civilized adults. Unlike the barbarians who last week were cooking and being ruffians with their horseplay, we will do things like gentlemen." And they're all sipping tea and talking about current event stuff, real boring shit. And then while that's happening, Hoovatoot, Super Crazy, Rick Steiner, and Thrasher, who were some of the people participating in the cooking class last week, show up to crash it. Hoovy said, "Hey, hope you don't mind. I brought some friends and we brought some tea for ourselves." And they're all sitting there and being rowdy. And Rick Steiner says, "Wow, these guys are kind of boring." And then Hoovy said, "Hey, is that a shoe?" And Rick Steiner says, "Yeah, it's a Steiner shoe." And then everyone laughs. Eventually, Steven Regal, he's had it up to here with Hoovitude. And, and he says, if you can't behave properly, then I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And Hoovitude says, "Well, I'll tell you what. How about this? How about I do this instead?" And then he smacks the tea off his table, and then Super Crazy brings out an entire cart of waffles, and they begin throwing waffles. A food fight breaks out, Justin. Which then Regal challenges them to a match. And we have our first match of the night, a 4-on-4 tag team match. And in a decent match, Thrasher, Rick Steiner, Hoovy, and Super Crazy defeat Steven Regal, A-Train, Chester Huey, and Disco Inferno when Hoovitude pinned Disco Inferno with a 450 splash. And then, after we are backstage, Matt Hardy is there, and he's got both tag team championships, and Billy says, "Listen, Matt, thanks for coming into my office. Listen, we had to send your brother to rehab, and because of that, we need new tag team champions. And sorry, buddy, but ain't nobody want to see Matt Hardy defend the tag team belts by himself. So I am stripping you of the tag belts." And Billy Kidman just takes him, and Matt's just like angry. He's like, "Hey, don't worry, Matt. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you an opportunity because listen, you're a singles star now. You're a singles competitor, and I'm gonna give you
like 3 months.
And I'm gonna give you an opportunity, Matt, to really make a name for yourself, all right? I'm going to give you an opportunity. If you can do this favor for me, I'll do a favor for you down the line." And Matt says, what's the favor? He said, you're booked tonight in a singles match, and I need you to really injure your opponent. I need you to take him out. And Matt says, "I mean, yeah, sure. Who's the opponent?" And he said, "Ken Shamrock." And Matt Hardy looks like he's seen a ghost. He looks terrified. But Billy Kidman says, "Like I said, you do this for me, I'll do something for you down the line. Listen, Suzuki's going to need opponents, and I don't know who else I could think of than the former tag team champion, Matt Hardy." So Matt Hardy, he's fired up. And Billy Kidman also says that we're going to have 2 tag team matches tonight, and the winners of those teams are going to face off at Great American Bash for the tag team titles. He throws in his guys, Eric Young and Dark Shark, taking on the Masters of Disguise themselves, Lodi and Homicide. And in a decent match, Lodi and Homicide defeat Eric Young and Dark Shark when Lodi pins Eric Young with an aerial brainbuster. So, Justin, the Masters of Disguise are going to be competing for the tag team championships at Great American Bash.
Okay.
We are backstage. Don West says, "Hello, everybody. I'm Don West, and I'm here with Bobby Roode. Now, Bobby, you're back from injury, and everyone says that they expect big things from you. How do you feel about living up to that pressure?" And Bobby Roode says, "You know what? I'm a professional wrestler, Don West. You know, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, but you know, I've never been one to shy away from pressure, and I'll show everybody tonight when in my match tonight." And we got Bobby Roode versus Abaddon tonight. And a decent match, Bobby Roode defeats Abaddon in 1327 with a Rude Awakening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Abaddon. Ken Shamrock is backstage with Lash LaRue and Matt Cross because of course they are They are competing tonight for an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships, and Billy Kidman comes out, and he basically tells them that their opponents are going to be the world's greatest tag team.
Well, it should be. They were the number 1 contenders going in.
Well, they weren't officially the number 1 contenders, but they were on the hot streak. They were winning. We were never officially crowned the number 1 contenders, though.
On last week.
Yeah, but they were coming. Yes, you're 100% correct. They were coming for those belts. So. And speaking of which, we're having that match now. The world's greatest tag team versus Johnny Devine and Matt Cross. And it's a match. The world's greatest tag team defeat Johnny Devine and Matt Cross when Charlie Haas submitted Matt Cross with a House of Pain.
Okay.
So we're getting the world's greatest tag team taking on the Masters of Disguise, Justin.
Yes.
At Great American Bash.
Yes.
That's going to be huge.
It's going to be something.
And our co-main event, we've got this is going to be a horrible thunder. We got Ken Shamrock versus Matt Hardy. In a good match, Ken Shamrock defeats Matt Hardy in 1607 with an ankle lock.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe this is main event time. Yes.
We have fucking sped through this goddamn show.
I guess so. I forgot.
6 minutes in.
So I was booking the Saturday show, forgetting that it wasn't Thunder, and so I booked things on that. And then when I did this, I forgot to book those. So like our Tough Enough segment was not on there. So that's a bummer. But oh well, I already booked it, so it didn't happen. But anyway, our tag team match tonight: Rey Mysterio and Raven taking on Owen Hart and AJ Styles. And then about that had Superb Wrestling and Good Heat. Rey Mysterio Jr.
Nothing that even built to this today.
And Raven defeated Owen Hart and AJ Styles when Ray pinned Owen Hart with a springboard hurricanrana.
It just dawned on me, like, why is this happening?
And an 86.
All right, not the worst one of the week.
Not the worst, yeah, not an 86. All right, yeah, that was a quick one because, listen, I had to send Jeff Hardy to rehab, so the whole storyline then became, what are we going to do with these tag team titles? So we kind of rushed through it, but we had a lot more matches than angles, and that usually happens, so, but that's okay. We've got SmackDown coming, and then we got the go-homes for the pay-per-views, so we'll see you guys next time. And we are here with SmackDown, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? SmackDown.
Very hyped about SmackDown.
I'm hyped. Listen, I don't get hyped, Justin. I stay hyped.
Yeah, we're here.
Where are we at?
We are here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here,
nice, home of the Timberwolves.
Here of the Williams Arena. Can you name one Timberwolf in 2002?
Kevin Garnett.
Can you name a Viking in 2002?
Dante Culpepper.
There you go. Chad has done it. Can you name one Minnesota Wild player in 2002?
No. No, I cannot.
You don't know Marion Gaborik?
Nope.
Fake fan.
Fake fan.
Could you name a Minnesota Wild now?
No.
Fake fan. Let's start the show off here, Chad. SmackDown's got like 6 weeks away from the pay-per-view, so we got a lot to build towards still. So let's get into it.
Let's just get into it.
We start with a promo titled "Sexy Shannon."
Sexy Shannon.
Sexy Shannon Moore with his new hot, sexy girlfriend Melina Perez, and they're in action. Or Shannon Moore's in action tonight as he takes on Caprice Coleman here on the pre-show and gets a nice win in 10:05 with a Moregasm. And then after the match, he had an orgasm.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. 1 for 10. I'm gonna fuck.
Justin's watching his bets. Just
Donovan Mitchell. Oh, he hit a 3. Oh, he's back, baby. He's back. 5 more of those, brother.
What quarter is it?
Mid-third.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have a good fourth.
He probably won't even play the 4th. Just needs to hit another one. Let's just keep going. And our last match of the night in the pre-show, Kid Cash hits Just Incredible with his brand new finishing maneuver. The pile driver. As he looked at the crowd and said, "This one's for you, Mick," and hits him with the Mick Foley pile driver, Jen.
Wow.
He is taking his moves. He beat him down at dinner last week. Oh. And now he's hitting him with his own finishers.
That rat bastard.
That rat fucker. We start off Friday Night SmackDown here tonight with John Cena. We haven't seen him in a little bit. We haven't seen him since his loss to John Cena. He's really on a rough go of things lately. You know, he lost to The Undertaker. He lost to Goldberg. He's on a bit of a losing streak. He lost to Latin Lover twice in a row. He lost to his title and the rematch.
Cena sucks.
Cena's on a streak of losses, and he's just cutting a babyface promo, and he's just this is everyone has their rough patches, but this patch won't last that long because John Cena will rise again. He'll come back and better than ever, and it all starts whenever he has his next match, and then Jeff Jarrett comes out, Chad. Double J Records. If this is a text to just say Donovan Mitchell just hit a shot. Oh, Mitchell's fighting. Cool. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, he's throwing hands out there.
He's not throwing points. He's just throwing hands. Anyway, John Cena. Jeff
Jarrett says, "You know what, John? I hear everything about your rough patches, and you know what would change that? Coming over and signing with Double J Records. Look at my client right here, Chris Daniels. His life has changed for the better. He's getting title matches. He's getting wins. He's getting the ladies. He's getting record deal. He's getting
hair.
He's in the celebrity limelight now. Look at my boys on Monday Night Raw. They just signed, and they already have a World Tag Team Championship match in a couple days. Now, John, look what I can do for you. You are a good-looking man with a great physique and a great future ahead of you. But you're not using that full potential you have right now. And I think I can unlock it for you." And John says, "You know what, Jeff? I'm going to do it the good old American Christian way, and I'm just going to keep on fighting and keep on winning." And Jeff's like, "John, I really think you should reconsider your decision." And John Cena's like, "You know what? I really consider beating your ass tonight." And Jeff Jarrett's like, "Well, maybe in the ring you can see how a true wrestler, a true mat technician wrestles. And you can see it up close and personal. And maybe that will change your mind to the Double J Records." So tonight, John Cena, Jeff Jarrett tonight, Chad. Big match tonight,
Big
Chad.
match.
We move on. Stevie Richards and the family, they're down in the ring. Chris Hero is in action to start off Friday Night SmackDown, and he's taking on a man that I do not remember. Oh, yeah, it is. It's Chris versus Chris. It's Hero versus Saban tonight, Chad.
Huge. Chris
Hero defeats Chris Saban in 15-16 with a Hero's Welcome. A decent little match right there. Both getting 65 or above. Two former Chris's. No, they're still Chris's.
Two current Chris's.
Backstage, Daniels looks over and he's like, "Hey, boss, who is John Berger and Lance Gabe? I had to scratch and claw to get signed here." And he's like, "Daniels, I got it. There's a reason why I'm the CEO and you're just the first signing. You have a match. How about you go get ready?" And he takes on Drago here, Chad.
Ooh, Drago.
And Daniels. In the last time these two fought were 1999 on WCW Thunder pre-show, but now they're here on Friday Night SmackDown where the big boys play. And Daniels gets a big boy win over Drago in 14:37 with the last right. We move on. Chad, Eric Bischoff is in his locker room, and he announces the big main event next week, a number-1 contendership match. The former champion, The Undertaker, against the man that has vowed to the final bosses that they're next.
Ooh.
And he's going to have to prove it by beating The Undertaker if he's there really next. It's Goldberg. It's Undertaker. The main event. Next week's Friday Night SmackDown.
Huge match.
Huge match here on SmackDown. We move on. Sylvain Grenier, Rob Conway, Rene Dupree are in a car, Chad. The same car that they ran over C.W. Anderson and Johnny Storm in. And they said, you know what, C.W. Anderson, we're so happy. Us three, we're so happy that you guys are back. You guys are back after a month and a half on the shelf. You guys, we just didn't see you there. You know what? Who am I kidding? You're lucky we didn't finish the job, C.W. Anderson and Johnny Storm. You're lucky that we weren't going fast enough to put you permanently on the shelf. But Rob, as he slaps him on the chest, tonight we will finish the job. And Rene Dupree is standing in the middle of the parking lot, and he's got Arn Anderson taped up, strangled up, and they run over Arn Anderson.
Oh, no!
C.W. Anderson's family member, Arn Anderson, just gets run over.
Jesus Christ. Pop.
Well, Raven's out, so there's a hospital bed.
Yeah, there's a hospital bed.
So I'm going back to my car running over gimmick. We move on. Scotty 2 Hotties in the ring waiting for his opponent. He's dancing. And then Nunzio comes to the ring, Chad.
Nunzio.
Former WCW member Little Guido and James Mariano makes his way down to the ring and gets a big win over Scotty 2 Hotty with a Sicilian crab. Nunzio is here in the WWE. Chad, how do you feel about that?
It's a bummer, but it is what it is.
Another one bites the dust, indeed, Chad. You're right. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I don't think I said that.
You should have. Oh. You should have. Here we go. We go to the next segment. This was going to be the co-main event. It is not now. It's Nunzio. It's Mystico and La Parka going one-on-one, Chad. A match between two guys that I've never seen them wrestle before. No. So I said, let's have it tonight.
Let's have it tonight.
Here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And they put on a pretty decent match, a 90. Mystico defeats...
I would even say a great match.
Defeats La Parka here with a pretty good La Mystica. Backstage, Chavo Guerrero says in 2 weeks, he finally gets his hands on the Latin Lover when he goes one-on-one with him for the United States Championship. But until then, he's going to prove to everyone he's not just a name. This is Chavo fucking Guerrero. This is Big Papi Chavo,
Yeah.
All right? I set Ric Flair on fire, damn it. And, he's got a match tonight to get the ring rust off, Chad, as he's taking on... Donovan Mitchell ejected from the game. So that bet is gone. That one is out of here.
Damn.
And we move on. Our co-main event. Chavo Guerrero taking on Don Fry here.
What?
Chavo gets the win in 1806 over Don Fry. A big win. Don Fry's first loss since March, actually. He's been on a tear, but Chavo Guerrero gets a big win. Big win for Chavo Guerrero. Is he going to be able to beat Latin Lover, or is Latin Lover just going to keep his cowardliness up, Chad?
Only time will tell.
Cornette just says, without the final bosses tonight, he said Goldberg, The Undertaker, Kane, Steven Regal, Jim Ross, don't matter who comes in the ring. I don't give a rat's ass. Whoever steps in across from Masawa is going to get hit with the Emoflosion and get pinned 1, 2, 3. It don't matter. No one's taking the belt off Masawa until Masawa says, take the belt off of me. And we move on to our main event tonight. John Cena, Jeff Jarrett. Who do you got, Chad?
I got John Cena.
Well, and a great match here. Jeff Jarrett defeats John Cena in 1851. John Cena, the streak continues, Chad. Maybe he's in his own head. Maybe, I don't know. But also, this proves and showcases why Jeff Jarrett maybe is the real deal. Double J Records. Maybe people should actually take this seriously as he gets a big win over former number one contender and former United States champion John Cena.
Winning's the best result.
And there you go on 97.
There you go.
What can I say? What can I say? When my back's against the wall, I pull out the big guns And I didn't even need to bring out Masawa Taker. I didn't see Goldberg. Cena came out, but the big guns showed up, Chad. When the back's against the wall, Chad's so disappointed right now.
I just don't care.
You have to care.
You
gotta care.
win a week.
You gotta care, though. Come on, have some. We're in a war, Chad. You gotta have some care.
No, don't get me wrong. If I would have beat you, I'd have been like, But you didn't, so whatever.
Well, that takes it away. If you don't care to lose.
Well, what am I supposed to say? Act bummed?
Yes.
Not again.
You take your losses and you bring them to wins. You gotta be like bummed out. You know, you had your best show, and I still.
You're a better company. You got the good. You got a good roster. It's gonna.
You got a
tough.
great
It's
roster.
gonna be tough.
Don't downplay your side, Chad. Your guys are great too.
Oh, thank you.
It's just putting it all together right now. SmackDown. You're almost there. Nitro fucking banged.
They bang.
Don't be so down on yourself, Chad.
I'm not down. We'll get there.
I just want to see a competitive out of you.
Yeah, listen.
Because it won't mean anything, right? If you don't care to lose,
I don't want to
why
lose.
should I care if I lose?
I hate losing, but I get sick and tired of having the same, I'm numb to it. It's whatever. I don't care.
If you beat me 4 straight weeks, I'd be so fucking pissed. I'd be so mad. I'd be livid. If it went for 3 months and you beat me every week, I'm like, something's got to change. Something's got to change. I can't let Chad keep talking that shit, Chad.
It's fair.
You look like Logan Paul sometimes. You know that?
I look like Logan Paul?
Yeah, take the glasses off sometimes. You look like a...
What? He doesn't wear glasses.
That's what I said. Take the glasses off. You look like a ginger Make-A-Wish, Wish.com Logan Paul.
I don't know if I like that. Anyway, we'll see you next week.
We'll see you.